Hey all, I'm not quite to live. I'm real good at live, out and about, joking around, everything. Um, but I just wanted to talk a little bit. A friend of mine, Tiffany, a new friend, she gave me a little bit of a boost of kind of getting out here and telling my story. Um, I have dealt with a lot in the last 12 years. Um, a lot of health problems, different things going on. And I just truly believe that all the things I went through and am still going through, that God has done it to let me help people. And, I've always been one. I love to help people, I love to be there. And I just don't think that in the life I'm living or was living, I had the capacity to help like I should be helping. I know that God has a plan for me and that He wants me to help other people, and that just hasn't been possible. The confidence, everything was not there. Health wise, it wasn't there. And a little while ago, Svetlana, my awesome director and great friend, who has continued to be my friend even when I wasn't selling Mary Kay, uh, invited me to a Facebook party and kind of got me in the bug again and made me realize how much I was missing, and um, that I needed all the positive and God and everything back in my life, and to be able to get the confidence back, get my happiness back. I know I'm driving everybody nuts with my selfies, but it's because I am so much happier and I feel better. So I want to share. I want to be a part of things now that I didn't want to be before. Um, I'm driving everybody nuts, inviting everybody, to facials and classes, parties, and yes, it's a plus when you buy things. That's how I help my family and that's how I take care of things. But it's the fact of spreading the happiness, the joy, you know, encouraging people. It just really makes you feel good when you see somebody who is like you, not feeling good and just doesn't feel like putting makeup, doesn't even feel like getting out of their PJs during the day, you know, to be able to see that sparkle in their eyes and know that the beauty inside of them is now showing. And, it doesn't take all the makeup or anything. I mean, the simple skincare, the face wash, moisturizer, it really makes you feel different. And, you know, I didn't realize how much I missed all of this and how much all of my Sister Mary Kay consultants, just the positiveness and the upbeat and scriptures and I mean just everything. Didn't realize how much I miss that and how much I need that in my life. And no, it's not for everybody, and you know, for me, I love it. And I know that's why God put it back to me, because I have not been being His vessel. I have not been sharing like I should. I have not been out there to be able to share. I stay at home. I don't want to be out there. or didn't want to be out there. Now I do, I mean, I still have all the health issues to deal with, and, you know, but now, the more confident I feel, the, I guess, prettier I feel, the more I want to be out there, the more I want to be around people and spread this, spread the joy. And, that's something I love about Mary Kay. You're meeting new friends, you're meeting people, you're bringing joy to them, you're bringing God to them. Mary Kay is all about God first, family second, business third. And I like that. I like knowing that I can put it in around my family. I have worked jobs 80 hours a week. Barely saw my kids. I mean, I don't like that. And for years I've been home, but we've been broke. We've been having nothing. And, it just got to the point of I didn't know which way was up anymore. I didn't know which way to go because I saw no end in sight. And now I have a hope again. I have a dream again. And, I thank God all the time, even when I was home. I thank God, for all that He's done and making sure that we have food, a house, everything that we need. And, now I have the hope and dream of actually doing more again and being able to tell the kids that, yeah, we're going to go on a vacation. Yeah, we can go do this, and not have to say, no, I have no idea where this money is going to come from. I have no idea how we're going to fix anything. I have no idea of anything anymore. But I have that hope again. I have that happiness again. And I know that God put this back in my life for a reason. And, like I said, when I'm inviting everybody to facials and parties and classes and everything, I don't want everybody to think that all I want is you to buy products. All I want is for that's all there is. I mean, when I invite you for a facial, I want you to leave here feeling good. I want you to be happy. I have a little bit of pampering, the pedicure, manicure nights, soak your feet, have a drink, snack on snacks, get out of your life for a little bit, not just work, worry, stress. I mean, and sometimes I guess I come across as, that's what it is, or maybe that's, just in people's minds, and I don't want that. I don't want you to feel pressured. I don't want you to, if you don't want to be pampered and don't want to have a good time, that's fine. I'd rather you just say no. I'd rather you just be happy. No matter what, it's not going to hurt my feelings. If you don't want to come, it's not going to hurt my feelings, if you say no. I want to be able to make people happy. And I want to be able to share the excitement, the joy, and, have a good time. That's what it's all about. Life is so short. And, I'm 41 years old. And the stuff that I've been through, it's just, nobody could even imagine, even my closest of friends have no clue, what all has happened and what's all been going on. And, that's one of the things that I have a hard time with, of going on live and different things, of, you know, not that I'm embarrassed, because it's my life. It's what I deal with. I mean, but I'm a person that shares the positive, the happy, the, everything. I am not one that wants pity and sympathy and, you know, everybody to know all the stuff that's wrong in my life. And 12 years, I've had one heartache after another and one hard time after another. And, so many people don't have a clue of what has all happened then, or why I am the way I am, or why I do what I do. And, it's a hard thing, and I know, that God has done this so I can share. And I'm really good at sharing on a personal basis, of, messaging somebody and saying, hey, I know what you're going through, and, keep going, and, you're an awesome person. But as far as on a wider view, I get really nervous. I get really scared, and I know that God put me in this position to help people and to share what I've gone through. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis. It started off with bulged discs and degenerative disc disease 12 years ago. I have recently been diagnosed with COPD. I have restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea. I mean, I can go on. And, people don't realize that I'm very good at hiding things for a short period of time. I'm very good at just going, and then, maybe for the next 3 days, nobody hears from me because I'm in bed and I'm barely making it. And, it's a hard thing to deal with, of having so much, and then having depression, anxiety, bipolar, all of that to top it off. You get so down on yourself, and you imagine everybody thinking the worst of you. And so then you're just in this vicious cycle of, not knowing how to get out. You're stuck in this hamster ball, and you're just spinning. And, I want to be able to share that with people and see that, you can keep going. I mean, I have 6 kids. I have a dog, 5 cats, a pig, chickens, and there's days that I don't know how I'm going to get out of bed. But by God's grace, I do get out of bed. I get the kids off to school. I take care of things. The house might not be clean, like I said, in my PJs, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be like that. You can't be perfect. There's nobody in this world is perfect. And you can't keep going all the time. You have to have a downtime. There's days that I don't sleep, and then I might sleep for 12 hours, and, even my family doesn't understand all of that. I think unless you actually go through it, you don't understand it. And I think that's why God gave me a lot of this stuff. I am very good at understanding and seeing it through other people's eyes. But I think that He gave me all this stuff so that I can really relate to people. And, my son, he has ADHD, bipolar, mood disorder, high blood pressure. He's got a lot of issues. And so I can relate to someone that is caring for someone else. And it's really hard. It's hard to deal with yourself, but it's really hard to deal with a loved one and to be caring for them 24/7. And, I love him to death. I lose my temper all the time. And that's one of the things I'm really, really working at. One of my other sons said that, that, Mom, all you do is scream. All you do is yell. And yeah, I do. I mean, the stress of years and years has built up. And so I scream a lot. I lose my temper a lot. And I know that's not right. I ask for forgiveness all day, every day. Because everything has just built up so much. And for the most part, I've been single. And there's not somebody to say, hey, I can't do this today. Can you get the kids up? Hey, I don't know how I'm going to come up with this bill. Can you do it? It's a really hard thing to do. And, like I said, I know that's why God did this. God has put this on me to be able to talk to other moms or dads and say, hey, I know how you're feeling. I know the hopelessness. I've been there. But it'll be okay, really. Because you know what? I'm still here. With everything I've dealt with. Starting as a kid. So much stuff. And I am still here. And I'm still going. And I'm still happy. I've never lost my faith. It's wavered. It's wavered bad. Because you see all these people doing all this bad stuff. And they're driving nice cars. They're having nice houses. They get to buy their kids stuff. And their kids are doing all this sports and cheerleading, and you've got no idea how you're going to do anything that day. But you also think about, your conscience is clear. You might not be able to sleep because of sleep apnea and insomnia and all that, but your conscience is clear and you can sleep, sound. And you know that when you die, you have a wonderful paradise to go to for eternity. I mean, they're getting some glory here, but you get to have it for all time. You get to be there. And, that is the amazing part. And, it's like I've always tried to tell my kids, without him, we wouldn't have what we had. I had to take care of something last week. By God's grace. By God's grace, I took care of it. And I hope that my kids see that. I hope that even though my screaming, my temper, everything, I hope that they really, really get how much God takes care of us. by God's grace, I have this house. It's ours, and that was a total answered prayer. I did not know how we were going to do bills or anything anymore. And by God's grace, we got this, and it was just praying, 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 faith, faith, faith. And, that's one of the things that I need to work at, though, is because a person looking in right now would have no clue how much faith I have, because I scream and lose my temper so much anymore. I used to be the most patient person. People would always say that, nobody can ever say that you are mean and nasty or, say a bad word, because I had the patience of a saint. And now I don't. Now it's, boom, my kids leave something out and, yeah, I'm evil. The cats knock things around all day, and, yeah, I'm screaming and yelling and, I want to break their necks. And I'm not perfect. And God doesn't expect you to be perfect. He wants you to try. He wants you to, do your best. But He knows you're not going to be perfect. He sent His Son here for your sins, for my sins. And, I grew up in church. I grew up, my grandma was amazing. She, did everything. And she was, always volunteering, always doing everything, and I know that a lot of my character is from her. She taught us so much by being the person she is. And, or was, bless her heart. She's, passed away, and that I still miss her every day. And, but, I just want everybody to know how much God loves you, whether you love yourself, and sometimes that's hard to do. That's one of the reasons I couldn't go on live, because there's not too many people that have really seen me, get emotional, maybe angry, but not emotional. And I tell my kids all the time, it's okay to cry, it's okay to do everything, but, when you're supposed to be the rock and the one that keeps everybody going, it's hard to let that down and to be okay with it, because you think that you've got to be strong at all times. You've got to keep going. And there's times that you just don't know how you're going to. And you just pray and you pray and you pray. And, I can't quote scriptures. I'm not that person. For one, my mind doesn't let me. I don't remember anything anymore. And yes, I'm going to smoke. Another bad habit I need to quit. But I read my Bible all the time. That's my go-to. My music, I can be in such a bad mood and put on K-Love or my YouTube, and, that's my most, I don't even know, filling my spirit back up. I have to have my music, and that's something that I do love about my kids. They're the same way. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like that they listen to, but I turn on the Good Morning song, and there's my kids dancing around with me, and I love that. I love to be able to see that. And, you know, I asked several years ago one thing for Mother's Day. I don't get gifts. Mother's Day, Christmas. Christmas I did this year. My oldest got me some awesome gifts. And other people would think I'm crazy. But, anyways, Mother's Day, I asked. All I wanted was all 6 of my kids at church. And they came. And I was so proud of that. They don't have a clue of how proud that made me. And, I get aggravated with my kids. And I feel so bad for screaming and yelling. But there's something that, does make me proud, is that when my kids need me, they know they can come to me. So I might not get all the happy times that everybody else gets. Birthday parties and different things like that. But that makes me feel so loved that my kids know that they can come and that I'll be here. Because just like God, it's the unconditional love. And even when I'm bad, God still loves me, and I can still come to Him. And He's always there. He's always there to take care of me. I've had such a hard time not knowing why all this stuff happens. And a friend of mine years and years and years ago, he was a pastor, and he said something to me that really, really hit home. That when you have faith, the devil has to throw stuff at you to try to make you waver. And the stronger faith you have, the more he has to throw at you. And so I know that's why God has protected me, why the devil has thrown so much at me. Because he knows my faith. And he knows that I will always stand by God, no matter what. And know that God is here for me and takes care of me. I mean, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for God. There's so much that has happened in my life. So many bad relationships. Just lots of things. And I won't go into that now because I know I am really long-winded, and all my friends know that. I've already talked for almost 30 minutes. So I won't go into all of that stuff. I'll save that for another time. Maybe I'll get on live. But I just want you to know how much God loves you, and how much, no matter how much you do, no matter what you do, ask for forgiveness. Ask Him into your heart. And He will. He will be there. I mean, He loves you no matter what. And, you know, all you have to do is believe. And just open that door for Him. And, you know, if anybody needs any help doing it, I'm not an expert, I'm not a preacher, I'm not, anything. But I will be there. I'll talk to you via phone, text, email, Facebook, Instagram. I have it all. Or just a cup of coffee. I always have coffee going. So a cup of coffee, anything. Just message me and, I'm a real easy person to get along with, and I will help any way I possibly can, and especially now, like I said, I have so much more happiness and confidence, and just I want to be able to share that with people and to be able to help other people, and not just via Mary Kay. You don't have to join Mary Kay to get my help. I just want to be here, and I just want to be what God wants me to be. And, message me. Bye.